Okay, it's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Harviestoun Brewery and it's a bottle of the Ridge Hoppy Refined and Balanced Pale Ale, coming in at 5% ABV. The Ridge is called the Ridge because of the tectonic plates that are between America and Scotland. You know, them two plates that if they move they cause an earthquake. A little bit of rumble into the old floor, and then we have a great big tidal wave, which isn't great really, but yeah, we have the Ridge. It's, of course, it's been mentioned because it's got American hops in and it's by a Scottish brewery, so this tectonic plate between Scotland and America, it's just a reference. It's quite clever. I quite like it. Let's get this beer out then into a glass and see what we get. While we do, I'd like to thank our channel sponsors, beersofeurope.co.uk. Beers of Europe are the largest online beer store in the UK, and they probably have the largest beer store in the UK. They've got this kind of aircraft hangar full of beer. It's not quite as large as an aircraft hangar, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's a fair old sized building, and you can get beer from a lot of the great beer creating nations: Germany, Belgium, Britain, America. These sort of countries, these sort of beers. I've had beer from Mexico from Beers of Europe. So if you're staying in the UK, if you travel to the UK, you want to try something from back home, give them a look. beersofeurope.co.uk. Beer in the glass then. It's not bottle conditioned. It's clear as day. Nice carbonation rising up the middle of the glass with a very small one finger head. It's a straw coloured, amber coloured beer. Looks very much like a glass of lager. Maybe a touch, kind of got a bit of an oranginess to it. Then a lager would be a little bit lighter than this. But, you know, it's not far off. Let's get the aroma then on this beer. Oh yeah, okay, now we're talking. That is fantastic. That has got a great aroma to it. Loads of Amarillo hops chucked into this brew. You can just get it from the aroma. It's just kind of wafting up. Oh, that smells really, really good. Lovely and lemony and kind of and fruity and peachy and apricotty, and ooh, I've got to dive into this beer. Oh yeah. Oh yes, should I say. That's lovely. That is really nice. There's enough Amarillo hops in here to give you a lovely flavour and a nice bitterness. It's a kind of nice rasping, growing bitterness. It's pleasant enough. With it being 5% ABV, you may want to drink a few of these. So that kind of pleasantness of it being 5%, and the hops are not going too crazy. It's not too bitter. It's a longing bitterness, don't get me wrong. But it's not that bitterness where you think, I'm only going to have one of these. It's a fantastic beer, but I'm only going to have one. This is more like, oh, what a lovely taste. I could drink 3 or maybe 4. Really, really nice stuff. Lovely pungent aroma. It's biscuity. It's bready. It's a nice sweet malt. It's balanced as well. It's balanced in a way that, ooh, that was a bigger mouthful. Oh, I'm just off track a little bit here. That was a bigger mouthful, and that was a bigger kind of ramping up of the kind of Amarillo and the bitterness. I still could, don't get me wrong, I could drink 3 or 4 of these. But there's just something about hops that kind of make you smile, and they make you go, ooh, yeah, that's good. That is really good. I've forgotten where I was. It will come back to me, I promise. Where was I? Balance. I was talking about balance. It's surprisingly balanced. It's got a nice, sweet, bready. It's hoppy up front. It's nice and kind of fruity and bitter up front. That kind of dips down a little bit. You get the malt that kicks in and says, hey, what about me? And it gives you that kind of sweetness and that breadiness. And then it goes back over to being lovely and hoppy and full on. This is now, yeah, I'm changing my mind on this. This is the more I'm drinking this beer, the more it's making me smile. Yeah, I liked the first mouthful. I really liked the second mouthful, and I'm just loving the rest. Great stuff. This is one of them beers that, yes, it's bordering sessionable. Yes, I could drink 3 or 4 of them. And I think they've got it smack on. They've got it so right, this beer. Any more, if they put another handful of hop leaves, hop leaves? What am I talking about? Hop flowers. If they put another handful of hop flowers into that brew, they would have stopped it being sessionable. But as it is, Harviestoun have just pulled off a beauty here. They really have. And I will admit, some of their previous kind of, I think they've, I can't remember, they've called their beers hop something or other, and they've actually really put the word hop on the beers, and I've not kind of, it's probably Wild Hop Gold, I think it was. It was okay. It was okay. And then I tried their stouts and their porters and their kind of whiskey barrel aged beers, and that kind of then edged me towards thinking, actually, yeah, Harviestoun know what they're doing. And then I tried their old engine oil, and that moved it on again, and I was thinking, yeah, this is really good. And now, drinking this, the Ridge, they've set a standard in my mind now, Harviestoun. If I went into a bottle shop, or a bar, or a restaurant, and I seen their beers on, I would kind of, yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. They've really kind of, not that I've heard great things about Harviestoun. Another one of their beers as well, and I'm just standing here being an honest guy. There's no point in me kind of talking crap to you guys, because you know what you're commenting about below. I also wasn't a great fan of their Bitter and Twisted. I don't know, I just didn't, it just wasn't for me. So, to try, this is what happened with Harviestoun. I tried their Wild Hop Gold, wasn't keen. Then I tried their Bitter and Twisted, and I really wasn't keen. And then I started to think, what's all the fuss about? And then, of course, as I just mentioned, it's just been this kind of big steep climb. The old Harviestoun Ola Dub, really good. Engine oil, really good. This, fantastic. Yeah, good stuff. Rating, I'm bashing on way too much with this review. But I just felt that I needed to explain myself. This beer, Harviestoun the Ridge, Pale Ale at 5% ABV, I could drink that day and night. That is fantastic. It's got a great balance of hops, great balance of malt, and a great balance towards sessionability. This beer gets a big 9 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10 beer from Real Ale Craft Beer. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews, and cheers!